Conformity is the tendency to act and think like the people around us. It's thought that we may have an innate desire to mirror others' behaviors because it can promote sociability and connection. We tend to care a lot about what others think, whether that be because we want a reward or because we want to avoid criticism, and this idea is called normative influence. Along with that, there's informational influence, which is wanting to act in a socially desirable way, and we often base this on descriptive norms, which is our perception of what we think others would do in a situation, and we tend to assume that others have more information than us on the situation, but these assumptions are often wrong. In Ash's line study, participants were asked to identify which of 3 lines were the same length as an adjacent line, and the answers were incredibly obvious, but other participants in the study, who were actors, were instructed to identify 3/4 of the answers incorrectly. And it was found that 76% of the actual participants answered at least one of these questions incorrectly, in line with the actors, showing the power of conformity. Along with conformity, there is obedience, which is responding to an order from someone with authority. It's important to note that they don't have to have actual lawful authority, but it can be perceived authority. The perception of authority can lead people to do things that they would never normally do. This can be seen clearly in Milgram's study. In this, participants were asked to shock observers who were actors when they got an incorrect answer to questions on a task. With each wrong answer, the participants were asked to increase the voltage of the shock, and in this, there was a suggestion of pain at 75 volts. At 150 volts, the observer would complain about the pain, and after 330 volts, there would be silence from the observer. For the study to be stopped, the participant would have to object to it 4 times, and researchers felt that only 1 in 1,000 people would give the maximum voltage of 450 volts. However, over 65% of participants ended up giving the maximum amounts. These results may be disheartening, especially considering that those people who conformed were normal people. They were not sociopaths, but what we would consider to be everyday, upstanding citizens. Despite these results, it's important to remember that there are still many people who do not conform to the norms. When we're face to face with each other, we are more likely to stand for what we believe is right, and when we see things that challenge our ethics and morals, that can often overpower our desire to conform.